Not holding, over. We have a situation X emergency. 14 officers down, need assistance, over.
Games Brains Headbang Life here with another episode of the Flashback series, episode 32, and we are looking at a PlayStation 1 game, PlayStation 1, Future Cop L.A.P.D. Rubbish tile. Future Cop L.A.P.D. is a third-person shooter developed by EA Redwood Shores and published by EA and released first for the PlayStation and later on Mac and Microsoft Windows in 1998. Future Cop was originally developed as an installment of the Strike series. Something I didn't know, but once I did know, makes complete sense. This was originally developed as a sequel to the likes of Soviet Strike.
I did not know that.
There you go.
Wow.
Doesn't it make sense though?
Yeah, well, it actually does. Actually, when you think about it,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
In the game, players assume the role of a pilot for the X1 Alpha, a robot designed to fight in the crime war in Los Angeles in the year 2098. The X1 Alpha is a police vehicle that can transform between a fast, hovering pursuit vehicle and a slower, full-fledged combat mecha. Yes, as we said, part of the Strike series, and it makes sense when you play it based off. You remember how the Strike series was,
Yep.
and it'd always be another objective, and even visually and stuff like that. You can see
yeah.
why they were like, okay, we're going to make this as part of the Strike series, and then realised this doesn't work with the Strike series.
Yeah, definitely.
So, as always, things we like, things we don't like, and favourite scenes, moments, bits of music. Now, we should preempt this by saying you're a fanboy of this game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, whereas I'm not.
Well, I say fanboy, but I do have a lot of negatives because.
Save them.
Yep,
Remember the
yep,
format.
Yep.
Right. things you like then. Give me some ideas of things you like about it.
Well, it's obvious. Precinct Assault. Absolutely love Precinct Assault.
Okay, I mean, of course I have Precinct Assault mode. It's a lot of fun.
Yes. I actually prefer the Precinct Assault to the one-player game because it's just...
Describe it. Describe what Precinct Assault is.
Basically, it's you versus the Sky Captain. It's between 1 to 10 levels. Obviously, level 1 to 5 is easy, and it gets harder as it goes along. You've got to build bases, take over turrets, and basically build tanks, helicopters. Eventually, you can build bigger tanks, and the object is to take over each other's base.
It's effectively a strategy part of the game.
Much, yeah.
Yeah, it's the best mode of the game. It's the best,
definitely.
especially when you compare it to like the main story arc part of it.
This is Precinct Assault. You begin inside your base. You know where the action button is, right? You'll need it. Each base has a hover tank generator. Action button. Hover tanks will seek out the enemy base. When one of your hover tanks enters the enemy base, you win. Sounds simple? I don't think so! You can generate jet choppers to protect your base from the air. These base turrets are your last line of defense. Any neutral turrets are up for grabs. Use the action button to claim them. This is an outpost. Claim it, and you've got another base. But outposts cost points. Earn points by claiming turrets and destroying enemy units. Destroy the enemy walker, earn points, and send him back to his base crying like a baby. Remember, hover tanks, turrets, points, crying. Beautiful. Now, if you're playing by yourself, you'll go up against Sky Captain, a lethal combination of smarts and firepower. This cybernetic genius can do everything you can do and more. He's got his own reloaders and can link with his base to generate units remotely. And every time you beat Sky Captain, he gets a little tougher. Oh, about the radar. The red arrow points to the red base, the blue one towards the blue base. Whoopee. So, get one of your hover tanks into the enemy base before the other guy gets to yours. Good luck.
Yeah, I have Precinct Assault mode as well. It's certainly the most fun element of Future Cop L.A.P.D. Personally, I'm a big fan of the Strike series. So this was a nice addition / change of direction in that sense. Does that make sense?
It does. I mean, I didn't actually know it was related to obviously like Nuclear Strike and Soviet Strike. So obviously this is all new to me. But I mean, now that I look at it, it actually does make sense when you see it. But yeah, it's definitely a major change to obviously flying a helicopter to being a robotic police officer.
Yeah, it's only kind of the gameplay sort of structure of like, oh yeah, this is your target, now this is your new target, and that's your new target. That it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. I've only got one more thing that I like about it, which is it's best played in co-op. It's best played in co-op, in my opinion. It's very, very hard. It gets very hard very quickly, the single player side of things.
Yep.
So a co-op team member can make that a bit easier. But I think having two mechs on it is just a bit more fun. I remember, when I think of it, memories, not recently, I played it recently single player on my own. But I remember co-op being quite the more fun element.
Yeah, it is definitely the more fun, you know. And like I said, you know, the first like 4 or 5 levels it's easy, and obviously it gets harder. There's only 4 areas you can do, but once you get all level 10s, it opens up another level, and then so on and so on and so on until the whole map is green.
Yeah.
So there's many levels, and it's different because it gets harder.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's when you're on level 10, the enemy, the Sky Captain, is so hard to beat. He's fast, he's smarter, he's quicker, he builds faster, and it's just constant attacks and defending. One of my other likes will be the weapons. The weapons are really cool, you know. I mean, there's multiple weapons, and there's nothing more exciting than to shoot a laser into a bunch of people and watching them blood gush over. It's just brilliant, you know. But plus the fact that you can transform into a robot, into like I don't know what you call it, a speeder or a car.
Yeah, it's effectively a car in it.
Hovercraft. I don't know
Yeah, you've got the mech that walks on 2 legs and it can speed into a kind
Yes.
of car, and that one's got limited weapons compared to the mech.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's about it, I'm afraid.
Okay, right. Things we don't like. Story. What story? There ain't a story here. They tried to make out like, oh yeah, no, the story's, oh you're just like, you know, you're a police and there's a crime war. It's irrelevant. There's no story.
No story at all.
Very difficult game. I've never completed it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I've got the game. I play it regularly, and again, I've never completed it.
You've never completed it?
No, I've never
I'm
completed
really
it.
surprised.
No, I mean, again, again, I've used guides, and I've got to maybe the 5th or 6th level, and it's
relentless.
it's level 6 where it's like it's impossible. Literally, I've been around the map so many times. I've followed guides, and even the guides can't get you through. Literally, I'm just confused. I spent like hours trying to do one level, and then you die, and then you got to the whole thing again. There's no checkpoints. There's nothing.
Well, you've just touched upon the other thing I wanted to say. What I really don't like about this: die, restart the entire level. That is some fucked up shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, what is that about? There's no excuses. This isn't a freaking Nintendo game, NES game
No.
for that stuff. This was a PlayStation 1 game in as late as 1998. This could have been. How on earth you don't do checkpoints or save files and stuff like that? No, you're dead right at the end of the level after you've spent an hour going through it. You now restart the entire level.
And some of the levels are hard. I mean,
very hard.
I don't know if you remember, there's one level where you're in a prison, and you got to bloody literally run along building tops, and if you fall off once, literally the height of it, because you're a robot, it destroys you straight away.
Well, no, I wouldn't remember because I've never made it that far.
No, it's just,
so do you have anything else you don't like?
Controls.
Okay.
The controls. When you're the racer, the controls ain't as bad, but when you're on 2 feet, oh my god, trying to jump from one building to the other building, it's it's like trying to actually jump over a robot.
Yeah.
You'll jump, you'll hit the wall, it'll fall down, you'll die. There goes your half an hour progress. It's just so frustrating. But and obviously the woman who speaks to you.
Okay.
Her voice is so annoying, so literally you'll be killing guys, and then suddenly she'll come up with a joke.
Oh right, okay.
It's like seriously. But,
ruins the moment.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's probably about it, I'd say.
Okay then, favourite scenes, moments, bits of music. The only thing I really have for this, because again, it's not a game where you have these moments and scenes and bits of music, is that I feel it nails the futuristic music and sound effects perfectly. So much so that when I think of the game, the very first thing that comes to mind is that feeling of futuristicness.
Yeah, definitely.
That's literally it. That's all I've got on it. Music isn't memorable. There's some, the sound effects. It's nothing special. Again, if you know the Strike series and you think about the sound effects of Future Cop L.A.P.D, it actually does make sense.
It does, yeah.
But they wanted to get across this dystopian war zone of LA in the future, and I think they do. I think they nail it.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job. I mean, if I was to pick a favourite, it's not even a scene or a moment. I mean, that'd be the dialogue. Because the Sky Captain's dialogue is interesting, he says something different, he's constantly talking to you, like goading you.
Okay.
Like he's constantly like threatening to attack you, like he keeps going, "You're mine, I'm going to destroy you," and it just makes you want to win.
Okay.
But that's about it, really. I mean, like I said, the 2-player mode is the only exciting thing about that game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. There you go. That's Future Cop L.A.P.D. Another difficult flashback to look back at, and certainly one I do not think is aging well either. Yep. But there you go. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out all the other content on YouTube. Check us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Then the website, GBHBL.com. Check us out on Patreon. Check us out on Big Cartel, where you can buy and help us out over that way. And of course, hit that like and subscribe button.